Hello everyone, and welcome back to Killer Frequency. Where we left off, I have to go back down to that creepy basement. We just saved Chuck Brody in one of our quickest rescues. So now I'm going back down into the basement. It's kind of funny because I got the thumbnail literally last. Right at the end there. Okay. Nope, we're not going back out that way. We'll just,
So many locked doors, so few keys.
We're just, I went the wrong way, didn't I?
Not getting in there tonight.
Alright. Ah, here we go. The one thing I hate about this game is, oh.
The key? Was this always here? I must have missed it when I brought everything upstairs.
Yeah. One thing I dislike about this game is the way that doors work. Wow.
Hey, Forrest!
Oh, Jesus!
Peggy, give me some warning before yelling down the intercom?
Sorry. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
Alright, alright. Once my heart stops, going a million miles a minute. Okay, okay.
Peggy, I've found a tape and a map down here.
A map of what?
Looks like it might be to somewhere in this storage area.
Weird. Well, maybe the tape will give us more information. Give it a play.
Will do. Will do.
George Barrow, 1968. That's when this all began. Follow the maps, find the tapes. I'll be waiting.
Wait, George Barrow? We all heard that he drowned after a night out drinking. Was it actually Clive? Has Clive really been the whistling man for that long?
He says I need to follow the maps and find the tapes. I guess that's what this map is about.
We need to see what else is hidden down here. Be careful, Forrest. Keep looking. Buzz the intercom when you found something.
10-4.
Time of autopsy is 7 a.m. Cause of death is asphyxiation from drowning. The degree of rigor mortis indicates that the subject has been deceased for 5 hours. That was the time of death.
Alright. That's not ominous at all. We're gonna need this, we can just toss that away. Mother fucks. Here we go. Where's the next one? Oh.
This looks
All right.
useful.
Police Department, Town of Gallows Creek, case number 983A56. Date of report, 3rd of September, 1968. Prepared by Sheriff J. Matthews. Detailed report. At 4 a.m., a call was received from a jogger, Miss Sandra Sharp, reporting that a body had been found washed up in the reservoir. I drove out to investigate and was able to identify the body at the scene as that of George Barrow. I contacted the coroner's office and then the boy's parents. They informed me that they had not seen him since 7 p.m. on the 2nd.
Small lacerations to arms, legs, and face, typically obtained by running through foliage. Severe blistering to the feet, as though the deceased had been running without stopping.
Okay, that was creepy. Oh!
Preliminary toxicology results shows no signs of inebriation. However, a high amount of cortisol was found, indicating
Cortisol,
elevated
stress.
levels of stress in the immediate moments before death. Additionally, There appears to be a post-mortem injury to the arm. It looks like it was trapped in a car door.
I cannot pick that up. However, I'm pretty sure yes it is.
It is the coroner's opinion that the subject likely
Now
feared
this
for
has
his
to be
life
important.
and was chased, resulting in a fall from a height into a body of water where he hit his head, was knocked out, and drowned. Following that, he was moved.
Dr. Sullivan, we need to have a talk.
That sounded like Clive.
Shut it off.
Was that Clive? Alright. Report of investigation by County Medical Examiner. Name of deceased, George Barrow. Time of death, September 2nd, 1968. Approximately 9 p.m. The deceased is Caucasian male, age 18. The cause of death is established to be drowning as shown by the signs of asphyxiation. See section 2, paragraph 4 for more details. Abrasions were found on the knuckles, likely from getting into fights in the past. Matches with known history of the deceased being aggressive. No other injuries were observed, and from the coroner's opinion, there were no evidence of foul play. Now, that doesn't add up. Virginia. That's the lady that we saved that said, Clive, I didn't speak. So we have a big conspiracy going on here. Additionally, the preliminary toxicology reports indicates the deceased had a high level of alcohol in their blood. That was never mentioned in the other tapes. It was the coroner's opinion that the deceased went swimming while intoxicated, resulting in his drowning. Date, September 3rd, 1968. Time, 7 a.m. Examiner, Virginia Sullivan. I'm sorry I made you do this, Virginia. So, the coroner's report had perjury. I think I know where this is, but
If you're listening to this, then I'm probably dead.
What the?
I'm a man who likes to stay informed. I've got subscriptions to newspapers all over the country. A few weeks ago, I noticed headlines cropping up in those papers, one after the other. Each headline about a murder. Each murder, the death of someone I knew almost 20 years ago. And each one drawing closer to Gallows Creek. Drawing closer to the anniversary. None of us are innocent, but I don't think we deserve killing. All I hope now is that I can save some folk from the worst. I don't know. Do something to make up for what I did back then, I guess. I didn't kill anyone, mind you, but that's past mattering. Now, there's more I could say, that I should say, but my employer made it clear that my family would pay a high price if I ever spoke out. So, hopefully I've said enough for you, listener, whoever the hell you are, to start putting the truth together.
What the hell? Peggy is not gonna believe this.
that's just flavor stuff. Alright. I don't want to come back down here, so I'm... Alright. We're just gonna... buzz the intercom.
What have you found, Forrest?
It's
All
an
right.
autopsy tape. Doesn't say for who, but I think it must be for George.
Poor Poor George. He was so young.
Something's bugging me, Peggy.
What do you mean?
I swear I recognize the voice of the woman talking on the tape. I just can't place it.
I can.
Seriously? Do you think you've met her before?
I don't know. I mean, I just got here recently. I don't know.
It's Virginia. Did
Found another tape. It talks more about how George died.
What did it say?
It sounds like he was running for his life. Sprinting through trees and bushes, getting cut up all over.
What would drive someone to do that?
I'm not sure yet.
this one's gonna be
There's
fun
also
to
a tape
edit.
about a toxicology report. There were no signs of drinking or that he was on anything.
What? But everyone said he went swimming drunk and drowned. It was in the newspaper and everything.
I found a written autopsy report.
What does it say?
According to that, it's just like you said at the start. George drowned after getting drunk. Said he liked to fight, too.
But that contradicts the tape.
I know. And I think I know why. There's a note with the report that says, "I'm sorry I made you do this, Virginia."
If it was on the autopsy report, then Virginia must be our coroner. Wait, the caller from earlier, when we had to call the takeout restaurant, wasn't her name Virginia?
Yep.
We need to call her back once we finish down here. It looks like she might know something about what's going on. I found a tape that introduces a new detail to the story. Post-mortem injury. Apparently, his arm got caught in a car door.
A car door?
Yeah,
After he was
he
dead.
died. How do you suppose they can tell?
How can they tell? I'm a radio producer, not a coroner.
You can tell by the fact
The
of whether there
report
was
I found doesn't mention it
bruising.
at all.
How did his arm get trapped in a car door after he died?
Unless he got it when the police collected his body, I guess someone else must have moved him after he was dead to
He ended up getting
where
murdered,
he was eventually found.
and
But the
then they
report,
stored him into a
What is going
car.
on here?
I found a police report. Mentions a friend from earlier, Sandra Sharp.
Sandra. The
The
jazz,
jazz
runner?
runner.
That's right. She found George's body washed up at the reservoir.
The reservoir?
Yeah? What's strange about that?
George got cuts from running through foliage, right? But there's no forest around there. Also, how did it wash up at the reservoir?
What do you mean?
Reservoirs don't have tides.
But that's what the police report said.
It's not possible, though. I did a school project on reservoirs and got an A. But, yeah, not important right now. The important thing is that it doesn't make sense.
What are you suggesting then? That the body was originally found somewhere other than what the report suggests? That the sheriff tried to cover it up, but accidentally let something slip?
Something like that. I think.
Well, Sheriff Matthews wrote the report. If he hadn't been eviscerated, we could have asked him.
True. But
Oh.
Sandra is still alive?
Sheriff Matthews is
Once
another
we're
one
done
that
down here, we
is
should give her a
destined to
call.
die. There's nothing you can do to stop
In
him from
another
dying.
tape, the coroner comes to the same conclusion as I did. George was running from something.
Maybe an animal?
Maybe, but then there's this next bit, where the coroner thinks he was moved post-death.
So she agrees with us.
At the end of the tape, someone burst in and demanded Virginia stop recording. I think it was Clive.
This is starting to make sense now. This is a conspiracy to cover up what happened to George.
I think I found Clive's last recording. I think Clive might be gone.
Gone?
I found a confession. Not for any killings, but for playing a part in covering up George's death.
I
He
think
left this
Clive is
behind
also
in case he
another one.
died.
I'm not sure if Clive is
hoped
actually
someone would
alive
find
or
him.
not.
Do you think the Whistling Man already got him?
Possibly.
Oh, I just realized.
We've had a lot of
I
callers
really
tonight, but
hope
maybe
you
not
guys could
every
hear me.
victim made it to the phone, you know?
I think the mic is
know
sensitive
how
enough I
many
could have been
there
heard
really
that
are.
entire time, but I
Christ,
really...
Forrest, that's dark.
I know, but Clive said he had read about other murders in other towns, and that the murders were all folks who knew about the incident.
That's going to be really
and
awkward
the
if
killings were getting
I was
closer
like
to
really
Gallows
quiet
Creek.
until now.
He said he wanted to
Because I
do
recorded an
something good
entire
for
episode
us.
like
The
that.
board in his office. He wasn't tracking people down to kill them. He was tracking them down to save them. Ugh, why didn't he just come out with all of this?
Well,
He said his employer threatened his family if he spoke out about any of it.
His employer? The one who orchestrated the cover-up? Oh, Clive. I'm sorry for thinking you killed all those people. Do you think you found everything?
I
I
think,
think so.
Forrest, what's going on here?
Someone wanted that boy's death to seem like an accident. And they hired Clive to make it look that way.
Come back upstairs when you're ready. We need to figure out our next step.
With pleasure. Oh. I was so worried. I was like, wait, what?
Thank God you're back, Forrest. I've been running out of stuff to pad our airtime with.
Peggy, you work in radio.
Forrest, I'm stressed. I mean, really. How are we supposed to keep a show going with all this happening?
It's our job?
This is our job, Peggy. We gotta do it.
You're
Oh,
right.
am I muted?
So, what's
No, I'm
the
not.
plan now?
I think we should call Virginia back.
Yeah,
All right, I'll get her
that's a
on the
good
line.
idea. We can get more information
Okay,
than
Forrest,
what we were
shut the
given.
music off.
With pleasure.
Hello again, Gallows Creek. This is Forrest Nash. We're circling closer to the truth behind tonight's events. To this end, we're calling back one of our earlier callers, Virginia Sullivan.
Fredman Plunker here? Who's this? Is it you? Goose?
No, it's Radio Man. No, it's Forrest.
Dunker, hey, it's the Radio Man, Forrest Nash.
Radio Man? What's up?
Solving mysteries, saving lives. The huge.
Right
That's not what-
on.
That
Plunker, what are you doing at Virginia's house?
She asked if we could stay to keep an eye out for that whistling turd.
How do you actually spell
So we're hanging
huge?
out, bro.
Do you just spell it usual and that's just
Well, that's
colloquially
that's
how
big,
it's
Plunker.
spelled? Or
Oh,
pronounced?
It's nothing.
Can I speak to Virginia?
Sure thing, Radio Man. I'll just go get her. Who is this?
Hey,
That was
Virginia,
quick.
It's Forrest. I'm glad you're still okay.
Oh, Forrest. Sorry, I'm still jumpy.
Don't be sorry.
Don't be sorry. You've been through a lot.
I'm so sorry this happened to you, Virginia.
I thought I was. I thought.
Easy.
Well, you're not.
We're not calling to talk about earlier. We're
Well,
calling
sort of.
Because we think you can help us understand why this is happening tonight.
Me? What would I know?
Clive.
Does the name Clive mean anything to you?
Clive? No. I don't know that name. What are you asking about this for?
You mentioned that name earlier when you called us the first time.
I don't know what I said then. I was petrified, Forrest.
Clive's the janitor at our station, and we know you spoke to him in the past.
Forrest, please. You don't know what you're doing. He'll come for me.
Virginia, it's okay. Clive won't be coming after you.
We think Clive's dead.
Dead? But isn't he? He's the whistling man, Forrest.
We thought so
We
too.
thought so too, but
You don't understand. All those years ago, he...
It's okay, Virginia. He's gone. We found evidence to suggest he...
well,
and we found your autopsy reports for George Barrow.
How? I saw him destroy them.
Well, he didn't. I don't know if he kept them or made copies or what, but we found them, and we know it's related to what's happening tonight, which is why we called you. Why did you write a false report?
All right. One day, I came into work to find a boy on my slab. And as I finished the autopsy, this man, Clive, he just burst in. And he started making demands to give over the reports, to falsify what I found. Of course I said no. But
He was very
Well, when
persuasive.
someone wants to make you do something, they can use the carrot or the stick. For me, he used both. You see, my sister is sick. She has a chronic condition that's never going away. It's expensive to treat, and it was getting to where I couldn't afford it. And Clive promised me that his employer would pay for my sister's treatment if I did what he said, and that if I ever spoke about this,
I honestly
he'd
don't
beat
blame her.
me to within an inch of my life. I don't know why he had me do it, but my sister needed me. You have to understand. She needed me.
We understand.
It's It's okay.
Thank you, Virginia. That was brave.
God, I just want this nightmare to
It's-
end.
This will help
Honestly,
end it, Virginia. Thank you.
Stay
like
safe,
she said, it's the
Virginia.
character, the stick. So,
So, Virginia's tied up in all of this.
Clive threatened her to keep quiet about George's
So-
death. But for who? Why cover up these details?
wait. Wasn't Jimmy's last name Barrows?
Well, we know Sandra was involved in George's death.
What
Do you
was
wanna
Jimmy's
call her?
last name?
I do.
All right, but before
was
we
it
go
Walker?
asking questions, I think we should know what we want to ask. Is that fair?
Yeah. We need
What
to
was
ask her about
Eugene's last
finding the
name?
body. She was the one who discovered it, but
His parents were
just doesn't
dead,
add up.
so
100%. She knows
think
more
they were the
than she's
Walkers.
saying.
I wonder what she's hiding.
We'll hopefully find out soon. Anyway, just be careful when you're talking to her. Don't push too hard. We don't want her to hang up.
I'll be careful.
wait, who
All
are we
right,
calling?
Calling her now. Hopefully
Oh,
she's at
Sandra.
her jazz studio.
I wasn't paying attention.
Aha! Forrest, you're through.
Hello, this is Sandra at Jazz Pizzazz Jazz Studio. Who is this?
Hello again, Sandra! It's Forrest Nash of 189.16.
The Scream.
And you're live on
The
air.
Cream.
Oh, I always thought folks called into a radio show, not the other way around. How jazzy. What can I do for you?
Well, we're trying to understand what's behind the
Also, I'm
attacks
really
tonight.
sorry if you keep hearing
We
a
had a few questions.
from when I'm turning on and off my mic.
Of course. Heck, after the way you saved my life, I'd say yes to just about anything you asked.
Do you like jazz? Oh, wait, right, yeah, she does. I guess I just, put the joke on myself there, because I was like, do you like jazz? Yes, she owns a freaking jazz studio. Jazz dance studio. What am I talking about? Of course she likes jazz. Why were you
Do
targeted?
you know why the Whistling Man might have targeted you?
Ha! As far as I could tell, he was just a knife-wielding psycho with superhuman cardio. He'd have chased after anybody.
Right. Well, we think he might be chasing specific people. People who know about the death of a boy named George.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. Sorry.
You found the body.
Sandra, we know you found George's body. We have the police report.
I don't know what you mean.
It's okay.
It's okay, Sandra. We know.
You do? You know about?
Yes. Of course.
This studio is my life. After I found the body in the river, I couldn't lose my studio. Do you understand?
Sure.
Sure. I understand.
Whether I just kept going
Honestly,
up,
I don't
he
blame
said he'd
anyone
stop if
involved here.
I just needed to keep quiet.
Except a little bit on
And
Clive.
everything would be okay.
Who was he?
Sandra? Who was he?
He was.
Clive.
He said, if I told everyone I found the kid in the reservoir instead of the river, I'm sorry. I can't do this.
And she's gone. I don't think that could have gone any better. You truly did great, Forrest.
There was more information
Well,
we could have
folks,
gotten
if
from that.
anyone out there has any thoughts on what's going on tonight, please call in.
That's good timing. We've got a call waiting just this second.
Oh, wonderful. Who's calling?
Welcome to 189.16 The Scream with me, your host, Forrest Nash.
Hi, Boris. I know this is really out of the blue with everything happening tonight, but I wondered if you could send a special birthday message to my uncle.
Sure, why not?
You know what? I'd welcome a change of pace. I'd be glad to.
Thank you, Boris. He's my Uncle Ronnie. His first name's Peter, but he never liked his name. But since he always had salt and pepper hair, even as a kid, can you believe it? Folks always called him Pepper.
Thanks for the history lesson. Is there anything besides happy birthday you would like to say to Mr. Pepper? Oh my God, damn it!
Yes! Well, I'm making the best birthday deals of party packages here at Putney's Pizza. Starting at just...
You son of a bitch!
Stop calling us.
Sorry, Forrest. Let's just move on. We've already got another caller on the line.
This is 189.16 The Scream. I'm Forrest Nash. You're on the air, caller. Caller.
Ponty.
Ponty.
Ponty's Pizza always delivers. Come rain or sleet or whistling man, we'll be there.
Forrest? Forrest? Are you okay? Forrest?
I hope the whistling man gets him with his own pizza slicer.
Jesus, Forrest?
Sorry, that was too much.
It's okay. It's been a high-stress night. Don't worry about him anymore, okay? Not for tonight, anyway. I think he's spent for now. We've got another call, whenever you're ready.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this one. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
The line's lit up. I need to take the call.
Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Make sure to click like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so that you get notified every time we upload videos. Or go to our Discord where you can also get notifications. Yes, I understand my timer's starting to go off to let me know that we were out of time. But I caught it whenever we were at the last 20 seconds and I was like, it's close enough. And thank you once again. Goodbye.